What's going on, gamers? Welcome back to another Towers of Aghasba video here. Today I want to get with you guys, the community, so we can put together a nice list. I have a pretty good sized list here. I would love for you and encourage you guys to add to it in hopes that the developers will see this video. I would assume they will, because they are literally like working their butts off to get the community's feedback on a lot of things here. And hopefully, you know, I can use my community and my voice and etc. to just help, you know, polish the game out and hopefully make it better. Just give some suggestions, right? Like, I don't expect them to do any of the things that I, you know, suggest or give feedback for, but you know, it's just things that would just make the, you know, as someone who's probably played over 200 survival games with, you know, 50,000 hours across all of them, I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what people like as far as like YouTube videos go and stuff, and just gameplay and games that have held my attention for 1,000+ hours over the years. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Be sure to leave a like on this video to help kind of push it out a little bit. I would greatly appreciate that. It helps out a ton. It's free, it's easy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Easy peasy. Let's go ahead and start chatting here. We're gonna kind of quick fire these off real fast. All right, so some of these things are definite things that that we've, you know, discussed as a community already. Number one being an action bar, right? We need an action bar, even if it's not like 1 through 10, even if it's just like 1, 2, 3. So I've learned recently, after going out into the withered lands and fighting off you know, some of the bad things out there in the world, switching but like to health potions or switching to food or switching to sword is a pain in the butt to do while you're in the middle of combat, and you've got this radial menu here, and it's just going to be easier to be able to press 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 doesn't even do anything right now, so it just makes complete sense just to add a button on the screen and give us that. But that one has been mentioned many times, and when the dev Alex was in my stream the other day, I had asked him, I was like, honestly, are you guys considering it? And it's said that that is a conversation they're having, so hopefully that's something we'll see in the near future. All the updates they've done up to this point, the fact that we could just walk up to a tree and just, you know, press E and chop the thing is great. I personally have a mouse macro that spam repeats E for literally all survival games that I play. So I just hold down my mouse macro and I just walk up to everything and hold the button down. So it would be nice to actually have the hold button feature as well. But with that being said, also next on the list of things, let me make it daytime real quick. All right, the next suggestion I'm going to make is loadable saves. So I know that essentially this game is like online, and they have on their roadmap like an offline mode or something like that, which would solve two of my things here. Number one, a pause, right? Because that would be excellent if we could pause the game, because there's been a couple times that I've been in the weathered area. Hey, I'd already drank my coffee. You know, freaking laxative it up with the old freaking Folgers, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta go to the bathroom, but I can't pause it, and results in me needing a gaming chair bidet, and I can't afford that. So the ability to pause the game would be sick, and loadable saves, simply because I'll run you through why I need this. So here's my colossal tree seed, the third colossal tree seed that you get after doing a bunch of stuff. I won't go into it for spoiler reasons, but essentially this colossal tree seed you need to plant in an arid biome. So I'm in an arid biome up here. This whole entire place is an arid biome. But essentially the game wants you to probably build the tree down here, but I just saw all these like tower pillars, and there was just like really no flat land, and the only portal is at the very tippy top of a mountain. So I was thinking in my head, I didn't know this at the time, that you could place a farm village to teleport to, but I was thinking ahead of time, like, hey, I don't want to like have to teleport to this portal, fly down to the tree to upgrade it, and then spend 10 minutes to walk back all the way up to the top of this thing just to use the portal again, or run all the way back to Midhaven. So I was like, how can I do this? And someone mentioned in the comments, hey, go to the very top northeast corner of the map. There's an arid location up there. It's a nice flat area, which it is a nice flat area. But the reason I need a loadable save is because you can also place down this mining village marker that allows you to place a village that you can teleport to. Well, you can only place the mining village inside of an arid zone, and as you can see, we are too close to the Phoenix Candle colossal tree seed, and it goes that way in every direction. So essentially I kind of screwed myself here. So my suggestion is either remove this requirement. I don't know why we have to place this 200 meters away from the tree seed, but yeah, that, and then everything like saying there's like objects in the way, we can't place it because there's like rocks and things like that. I don't know, just kind of a annoying thing that I ran across that last night that's either going to force me to restart the game, or I'm just gonna have to deal with it. But I really don't, I mean, I'm so far out here away from everything, I don't want to have to come out here every time to upgrade my tree. That would kind of suck, right? So with that being said, either that or allow us, like if we haven't upgraded the tree, to be able to like remove it and replace it. I know that might be like kind of lore breaking or something like that, but some sort of thing, maybe just loadable saves would solve that. But all right, also I just did this to come back to my base, but the fact that there is no penalty for death, I feel like maybe, you know, like this could be a touchy subject, because a penalty for death could be like super stupid, right? Like drop all your gear where you died at could suck really bad. But you know, a lot of survival games do that, and we get over it. But some sort of penalty for death seems to make sense, just because I literally just used death to fast travel back to Midhaven. So that's kind of weird, if you ask me. I mean, it's a little, I feel like it's a little exploity to just like die just to go back home intentionally. But yeah, so there's that. Like maybe even if you like just like take half of my amity or something, maybe like just make it like a little thing that's really not that detrimental, but some sort of a penalty for it, so I don't just like go out, die, and come back like all the time. With that being said, one thing I do think would be really cool is we've got the amity amulet, right? That allows us to do all this extra cool stuff. But I think what would be awesome is if we have the ability to fast travel from anywhere. So like if we're just out here, we could just like click the thing, and so that we don't have to go from portal to portal, because that would also solve the fact of me unaliving myself to teleport back home, and not having to run to the portal every time. Just a you know, just some feedback suggestion stuff, you know what I'm saying? I think that would be pretty neat. Now, this is another obvious one that I feel like has been mentioned a lot already, and is probably in the process of being worked on already. Tents and chests that are placed in town are not movable. Now, for instance, the campfire, we can press Q to remove that, and it'll put it in our inventory, and then we can, like, you know, go back and place it somewhere else, which is great. We could do that with the crafting table. We could do that with the fire, but we can't do it with the tent, which is kind of lame. I don't really understand why, but I would assume it's something you just haven't gotten to yet, and that's totally cool. But the same with chests, man. Like, for instance, when I built all these chests up here, there was not a giant rock. But as soon as I upgraded to tier 2, this rock appeared, and now my chest is inside a rock, and I'm kind of afraid to upgrade again, because I'm afraid that my chests are going to get consumed by land or something, and I lose all my loot, which I would really rather not do. But the new adjustments to storing all and all that is really cool. I feel like the wording is a little weird. Quick stack and store all is not bad, but I don't understand what quick stack is. But quick stack is the thing that we need the most, I guess. But I don't know, it just seems a little strange to me. But all in all, freaking W update this last patch for sure. Also, another suggestion I think would be sick to go along with the ability to craft from your inventory while you're in town is the ability to just press one button and it will store your inventory into like boxes, aka hot deposit as other games call it. Where I could just walk up, boom, press one button, and everything in my inventory splits up into the boxes that already have the materials in it, so I don't have to go to each individual box. And hold E to, because I like the hoard thing personally, and I feel like that's kind of like a thing with all survival games. Everybody kind of likes to hoard stuff, right? Like if I need tools, and say I unlock iron tools, hey, I need a lot of iron and a lot of this and a lot of that. I want to spend like an hour collecting as much of that material as I possibly can, so I could stash it and hoard it for later days, so I don't have to go do it again for a while, right? So I feel like yeah, this little hot deposit thing would be a huge W. Huge W. Another thing that I would suggest is the ability to remove the fog, like in like graphical settings or something like that. Because there's sometimes that it gets a little ridiculous, right? Like I love the ambiance and the sketchy vibes and everything, but I don't know if it really affects performance or not. But it would be nice to just kind of turn the fog off every once in a while. If we have that as a setting, that would be huge. All right, another thing I see a lot of people complain about is the lack thereof an FOV slider, which I don't even really think we need an FOV slider. I think the ability to use the scroll wheel to kind of zoom in and out of your character a little bit would be very helpful. There's some times, specifically, hold on, and I'll show you real quick, with some seeds. All right, so if I'm planting seeds and I like sprint to the side, okay, is it not going to do it now? Okay, it's not going to do it now, I guess. But essentially it would like zoom in hella far, and it's just kind of like nauseating. And I don't know, I feel like the ability to kind of control like the camera distance a little bit even is really nice. Another thing too, man, I want to know what you guys feel about this, but I feel like the seed planting animation needs to be like cut in half or something. I mean, it's already pretty fluent, like in the way the animation is, and it looks like she kind of does it fast. But I have 200 seeds to plant here that I want to harvest and hoard, but it's going to take me fucking like an hour and a half to plant 200 seeds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just kind of want this, maybe even just like get rid of the animation. Like there's no animation when I pick up stuff, right? Like if I just pick up, like, you know, I just freaking bloop, boom. I mean, we could plant seeds that fast. It would be great. It would be super great, but it's like this whole like 2 second long thing, and it's just when you're planting so many, it just takes for absolute ever. And also real quick, an honorable mention, I guess, of a bug that I continue to encounter. I don't know if anybody else does, but when I log out for the night and I come back in the morning, and I get on the game first thing in the morning, all of my plants that I plant here, every one of them are gone. Including all of the trees in my ecosystems that I planted as well. They are all just invisible, and they're literally just invisible because if I close out of the menu and I go to back to main menu and log back in, all of them are back again. So I don't know what that bug's all about, but that'd be great if we can get that sorted, because yeah, that sucks. That's a crappy one for sure. All right, another thing is we have I feel like this is kind of a W suggestion and something I really hope that you guys consider. The tool's breaking. It would be such a better thing if the tool ran out of durability, it stayed in your inventory as a broken tool. And scrap, I mean, I know there's many uses for scrap right now, right? Well, as far as like the gold trader goes and all that stuff, but having a repair table alongside like the construction bench and or maybe even just using the construction bench as a repair table as well, but the ability to use scrap to repair tools would be freaking phenomenal. That would probably be the best suggestion I've got. Obviously, you know, with a lesser, what am I trying to say here? I don't know, but like the ability to repair broken tools would be sick. That way we don't have to, because when I go out on an adventure, I make 3 axes, 3 pickaxes, and 3 shovels. And it takes up like all my inventory. So yeah, just that would be so cool. And it would also be cool if our tools didn't take up our inventory slots either. So like if we had like specific slots for specific tools, kind of how we have like head armor and all that stuff, and our glider and our arrows, like it'd be cool to have like a pickaxe, an axe, and shovel slot. Just to kind of save some inventory space too, maybe. I don't know, just shooting from the hip here at this point. So another thing to mention as well is like when you die, you just kind of spawn back here actually you kind of spawn like back up here. But what would be cool is if you die, say like I died like, you know, way up here where I just died at, like it would like open up the map so you could select your spawn point. Like you can select what portal you spawn back at, or like a tent. Maybe like respawn locations for tents would be kind of dope. Definitely think that would be a huge W too. All right, the last one that I've got, I don't even know if this is like doable, but I think it'd be really cool to use the Shumudex as far as like materials go. So we have this thing that tells us which habitat you can find these in: temperate, arid, tropical. You know what I'm saying? Like if I need some fungi spores I know I can go to the arid biomes and Shroom Web to go get that. But honestly, I have no real way to tell, as far as I know, what biomes are what outside of this little bitty tiny icon in the very far bottom right. But at the same time, I don't think, unless I'm missing it somewhere, that I have any way to tell what those little icons even stand for. So having, like, I don't know, maybe the icon of what the arid biome looks like, maybe, or maybe on the map, like somehow, like, I don't know, cursor over the biomes and it tells you what biome is what. So you're like, okay, if you're in the Shimu Dex and you say I need to find this leaf snout, it's in tropical biomes. Okay, so I pull up the map and I'm like, all right, where is tropical biomes at? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I feel like that would be pretty helpful. Mainly when it comes to resources, though, not really creatures, because creatures kind of only are near, you know, your areas or whatever. But say I need some limestone, right? So where's limestone at here? Stone, flint. Where the heck is limestone? There it is. Okay, limestone boulders, habitats. So it doesn't say anything, obviously. It'd be cool if it just had, like, I don't know, an emblem or something of what biome is what, and then like somehow the ability to tell what biome is what, because I don't know. But I don't know, man. Hopefully these things will kind of like motivate you guys to do some things maybe you didn't think of, or maybe I inspired you for something. I don't know. And hopefully the community will let you know down in the comments if they got any suggestions too. But I don't know if I'm going to have to start over, because that whole farm mining camp not being able to be placed next to that tree way up in the northeast, I might have to start over, dude. And I don't know how I feel about that. I might not be super happy about that. But at the same time, you know, 50 hours in at this point, knowing what I know now, yeah, I think I might start over, actually. So yeah, I just got iron tools, so I'm kind of sad about it. But either way, guys, make sure to subscribe if you found this content valuable in any shape, way, or form, and help a brother out getting the word out, man. I love this game. This game is awesome. I've been enjoying it. It's really fun. It's really creative. It's really beautiful. The concept is awesome and super unique to the survival community, period. And I freaking love that, dude. But yeah, I would love to see some more quality of life stuff, and I have big faith in Dreamlit to follow through with a lot of my stuff. I mean, hell, they've already fixed so much of the things that I had mentioned, even though they probably got the ideas from either themselves or someone else, I imagine, because it's not like I'm, you know, big time or anything. But I do love survival games, and I play the shit out of all of them. This is my life, my love, and my happiness. So you guys be good, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.